top of the morning to you, and thank you for joining us once again. Today, Monday, the 15th day in the month of December 2025. Great morning to you, Nigeria. Good morning to you, your state. And good morning to you, Ibadan, the capital of your state. And thank you for choosing Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio, and your state number one family radio station. We're broadcasting live from Wells Broadcasting House along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan, the capital of your state. It's indeed a good morning. And definitely it's going to be a great morning for us if only we can speak into the day and confess what we want the day to be like. So say good morning and not morning today. Just ensure you put the good so that you can call great things forth for yourself today. It's the beginning of a new week, and of course it's countdown to Christmas celebration. We're trusting God to supply the needs to celebrate Christmas. Christmas is less than 10 days away from my counting, if I am accurate here. It's more than less than 10 days away, and we pray that God will supply all our needs for Christmas celebration. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. Let's take you through the top stories making the rounds in the nation for today, the 15th of December, 2025. Great morning to you. We start with the Punch newspaper, and then we move on to all the dailies. On the Punch for today, on page 33, petrol price, word turns dirty as Dangote attacks NMDPRA boss. It's on page 33 of the Punch. On page 43, crisis hits Obi's Labour Party faction after BOT sacks NWC. On page 43. And on page 8, Punch newspaper affirms number one position with 20 NMMA awards. Congratulations to them. And of course, the major story on the Punch for this morning, car imports rebound hit 1 trillion naira in 9 months. Revised tariff, stable naira drive rebound. US remains Nigeria's top vehicle source. Now moving on to another story. Cool. Tinubu rallies ECOWAS leaders. Benin detains ex-president's son. It's on the Punch this morning. And finally on page 44, Bayelsa PDP backs Diri's autopsy order on late deputy governor. On page 44. Now let's move on to The Guardian this morning. CCIJ, Nigeria lost over 250 billion naira in contract grant for Trump's USAID courts. On page 4, and on the same page, which is still on page 4 of The Guardian this morning. ECOWAS leaders pledge to deepen democracy amid regional instability. On page 4. On the same page, petrol to sell at 714 naira per litre, says Dangote, alleges regulatory sabotage of refinery. To the major story on page 6, Buhari's legacy on trial as Emefiele ex-ministers face 3.5 trillion graft probe. On page 6, Buhari's legacy on trial as Emefiele and other ex-ministers face 3.5 trillion naira graft probe. On page 6. On the same page 6, Nigeria's power reform stalls as tariff politics, 4 trillion naira debt deepen sector's crisis. And on page 8, Osun 2026, Adeleke G3 says APC as INEC dismisses factional AP candidate. On page 37, FIRS kicks as Northern elders condemn tax data deal with France. On page 7, Center once against one-party state, cite Zimbabwe example orders. On the same page, federal government ban admission, transfer of students into SS3 special centers. On page 7. And finally, on page 9 on The Guardian, 21 years later, unions renew call for Nigeria Airways retiree severance pay. 21 years later. Now to our final story for this morning, which is on the Vanguard. Pension savings under pressure as FX investment growth slump to 1.6% on page 21. Governor Kefas dumps PDP, picks APC membership card. Now to the big story, and I believe one of the biggest in our nation today. On page 5 of the Vanguard, allegation of a terrorist, 2 former governors fueling insecurity. This is coming from Taji Bello. Says ex-governors responsible for long-running insecurity in the north. Admits peace talks, denies 30 million naira payoff. It all lies, says Gov's sources. Insecurity forces gone down, notorious bandits. Kachala Nahala in Sokoto. Coming from Tarji Bello, 2 former governors fueling insecurity in Nigeria. You want to know their names? Hopefully we find it when we get straight in the daily. The Vanguard, I mean. Dangote alleges stirs at NMDPRA, demands investigation on page 32. On page 9, 1 week after NAF C-130 aircraft, 11 soldiers yet to be released, says the federal government. On page 8, coup, ECOWAS vows to defend democracy. On page 6, NDLEA bust bandit drug supply chain, nabs fluent supplier, Gamboli in Niger. Intercepts drugs bound for US, Canada, and Sweden. That's the NDLEA. And of course, in the world of sport, Super Eagles need better coaching to win the AFCON 2025. And that's all we can take this morning on the front page of the news. We appreciate you and thank you for joining us up and early as we go through the top stories in the nation, Nigeria, for today. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. Once again, welcome to the show. Right, welcome back to the program Perspectives Unlimited. Once again, thank you for joining us on the program for today, and thank you for tuning in. Remember, you can watch us live on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. This morning, you can watch us right there, and at the same time, you can share your thoughts and perspectives with us on that platform. While when it is time, the phone lines will also be open for you to join the conversation this morning on the program. With me in the studio this morning, Chukwemeka Munachiso joins us to help us make sense of the stories making the round in the nation. Nigeria for today. Good morning to you, Chukwemeka.
Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning to you, and how are you doing today?
I am always doing fine by the special grace of God. Thank God that I am fully back on my feet after that malaria bout. It was not easy.
Sorry about that.
And
how was the weekend too?
The weekend was fine. We hosted the children, and I thank God for His mercy. The peaceful atmosphere, the peaceful outing, nothing broken, nothing missing.
Thank God.
I give God the glory for that wonderful outing. In
it's
fact,
worth thanking God for.
Yes, I was so happy that the children went home smiling, even the parents. They were busy taking the photograph of the signboard of the station. I was very happy. At least we put a smile on their faces, and kudos to our sponsors.
Absolutely.
God will reward them abundantly,
them so
only because they made it happen.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, I had so much fun that I would really love it to continue, but Sam Adilere will not have it. But we thank God. We want to thank all our sponsors, just like Chukwemeka said. It's the last 3 days of that week was something else. It was fun. I think on Friday, when it was at around the time to shut down for the day, 2 children didn't want to go home. Even mine didn't want to go home.
Let me even tell you something. I was outside most of the time helping to bring children in.
Yes.
And I saw a mother across the road trying to bring in 2 toddlers. One should be about 5, the other one 6. And he was struggling. Of course, traffic. I told her to wait. I crossed over, carried the smaller one over. Do you know that boy followed me throughout
the years?
Throughout the small boy you saw me with.
You, yeah.
I don't know him from Adam. So I went to the mother. I said, "Why is he following me?" He said, "Because you helped to cross him."
Children, very, very, very warm spirits,
very innocent people,
and open-minded.
And you could imagine Ayo, somebody carrying this kind of children to inside the forest in the name of terrorism.
And exactly that's where I'm going to. You can see how vulnerable.
I was looking at them at that party. My mind was going to the children in the forest. How are they feeling? I'm a parent. You understand? These children that are here, you have to guide them to go to the toilet. You have to guide them to do this or do that or do that one. Who is guiding those ones in the bush? And yet, we have a country. It's a big shame. As we are here doing that, my mind went far. And I was thinking of these parents, these children that are with these savages. How are they coping in the bush where they are? These ones, you guide them. You even open the bottle of, you open the mineral for them. Some of them, you give them food. Who is doing these things for those ones in the bush there with these people?
It is well. We hope our leaders will wake up this time and get to work, especially in the spirit of Christmas, because I'm sure that in a few days from now, greetings and all kinds of messages in the spirit of the season will start coming out. We don't want in the spirit of the season on the pages of the dailies. We want to really see, that in action, where bandits are kicked out of our system, and of course our children can indeed see a stranger and not be scared, just like the boy warmed up to you,
warmed up to me, followed me all through.
Yes, and we can really be Nigerians that we are. We love ourselves. And the true testament of Nigerians, you see when Nigerians meet themselves outside of Nigeria, whether they are Hausa, whether you are Igbo or Yoruba, nobody cares at that point.
Well, it's just your name. Once like if you go to Kenya now and say your name is Ayo, Igbo man will come and meet you.
We just want to be brothers. And so when we get home, we're divided along politics, culture, religious, and all kinds of lines. We don't want that anymore. One Nigeria, and together we will win. Let's start with the top story this morning, Chukwemeka. Before we go to the Vanguard, Tinubu rallies ECOWAS leaders. Benin arrest the ex-president's son. President Bola Tinubu on Sunday rallied West African leaders to close ranks against fresh shocks to democracy, citing the recent coup attempt in Benin Republic and renewed instability in Guinea-Bissau. Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, spoke when he gave the opening address at the 68th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Heads of State and Government at the State House in Abuja on Sunday. This was Jabi Yayi, the son of the former Beninese president and current opposition leader, Thomas Yayi, was arrested early Sunday at his home, according to several of his relatives. No reason was given for the arrest, which comes a week after the fourth coup attempt there. At the time, we don't know what he is accused of, and one One relative explained that to the media. First of all, let's look at the wind of coup blowing around West Africa. It's becoming more concerning. Most recently is the failed coup in Benin Republic, our neighbor, and one of the, closest nations to Nigeria, so to say. And here we can see our president, rallying ECOWAS leaders coming together to ensure that, to speak to this and find a lasting solution to this. But it's becoming more concerning. And of course, when it comes to ECOWAS, Nigeria is the big brother here. Our role and what that is looking like for us too as a nation.
Okay, Ayo, thank you very much for coming up with this story this early morning. It is good that our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is rallying other ECOWAS leaders, but he shouldn't stop at that. The question is, and the AU has been making some pronouncements that are jaded. You rally ECOWAS head of states, yes, to stop coup plotting, to stop coup d'etat. West Africa is riddled with coup plotting recently because the body language of most West African leaders are anti-democratic. They claim to practice democracy, but it is not democracy. Where was ECOWAS when this man in Benin was tinkering with some of the things that make democracy a system of government for the people? He was changing the constitution in order to accommodate his coming back to power. He made sure that people who will oppose him were not allowed to run. Was that part of democracy? And ECOWAS kept quiet. Now you went against the very tenet of the government you promised to practice, and now you went to the bush to bring a firewood, and the ants are paying you homage, and the ECOWAS people are the only thing that can save ECOWAS, Africa as a whole, good governance. If we have good governance and practice real democracy, not democracy of hijacking people running from one party to another party, the policies are being somersaulting on a daily basis. People don't even know what comes up the next day. That's not democracy. When you abrogate the people, when they don't matter in the scheme of things, when you don't consider them, because the reason why we have government is for the welfare of the people. When you jettison that reason why you are in government, you are anti-democratic. And this is what I expected ECOWAS head of states to address, not just coming to stop coup plotting. What led to coup plotting? We love to solve problem by thinking the symptoms, but what of the real reason why this thing is happening in West Africa? The reason is that bad governance, lack of credibility in our elections, people who have nothing to do with power occupying positions of power, and when they get there, they don't really perform for the good of the people. They just are there for the sake of power. They love the grandeur of power. They don't like to work. That is why we have queues in Africa, and especially in West Africa. Check the countries that has had a taste of these things. Go and check what went on as in that country. The media didn't tell the people what this man in Benin was doing prior to this thing. Democracy is about opposition. It's about people coming. It's about the political space being open. People with diverse opinions coming in to contest. But you ban the people. You kept them at home. You lock them up. They shouldn't come and contest. And on that, you went and tinkered with the constitution to make sure that you remain in power. Where is it done? Look at Tanzania. Just election, 200 people dead. Blood shed, 200 people died because of election in Tanzania. Look at Cameroon. Paul Biya has been there for 48 years, still counting. And yet, ECOWAS didn't say anything about it. AU didn't say anything about Tanzania. If anything happens in these two countries, they will come up to say, we are defending democracy. They are not defending democracy. They are defending the interest of colonial powers. Mark what I'm saying. They are not defending democracy. Because if they are defending democracy, they should practice it at home, at their home countries. What is democracy? Government of the people, for the people, and by the people. What we are running in Africa, is it for the people? Is it by the people? What decision has been taken with the input of the people? It's not about the people. You understand? That's why we are having this problem. What I expect ECOWAS to do is to talk to themselves, because they're not talking to themselves. If they have been talking to this man in Benin, do you think the soldiers will come? They won't come. When he was banning people up and they would have called him. Look, don't do this. you are bringing something sinister to your country. You may not survive this. But he was banning people, trying to make the space too difficult for opposition. Go and check what happened in the Republic. What brought up this issue? I'm totally against coup d'etat. I have lived with it. I witnessed it severally when I was growing up. It is never good for any country. But what is bringing it to come to pass?
So rather than we must first address why
are they coming?
Why the soldiers want to
come
take
back
over power? Which you say is very similar across the West African states.
Bad governance, election rigging. You rig election, but you can't rig performance. You rig election to be in power. Can you rig performance? It will show obviously that you don't know what you are doing. That's why when they say the economy is growing, look at the people. People are the indices to check the growth of any economy. If people are becoming poorer and poorer and poorer every day, where is the evidence of the growth? So that is what I expected ECOWAS leaders to address. Bad governance, credibility of election. Election being credible, not decided by the court. What kind of democracy do we practice in Africa? When after we killed in the sun and under the rain, the court will determine who is the election. How do you call that a democracy?
All right, good governance in West Africa. Safe to say that we still have a long way to go in ensuring that that conversation is on the front burner for our leaders in West Africa. But let's look at the back-to-back coups, so to say, and years in Mali, 2020 and 2021, Burkina Faso twice in 2022, Niger in 2023, and then I remember in Gabon, we had someone in Gabon at the time who also shared report with us of how, the citizens were super excited to see, I think it's in Burkina Faso at the moment,
Burkina Faso also,
where, citizens are even protecting
the president.
Why
did they do that, Ayo?
And protecting the president. They sleep day and night outside the residence of the president, protecting him.
Why are they doing that?
Ensuring that nothing goes wrong.
He became a symbol of a decay the man chased away. You mentioned about this Sahel region. Go and look at the Sahel region. What is happening in Sahel region? Go and check the role of France in Sahel region. And you begin to wonder, what is Emmanuel Macron doing with Nigeria? Honestly speaking, did we go to Benin Republic to defend democracy? To me, no. We went to Benin Republic to defend the interests of France.
We
didn't go to Benin Republic.
You mean the sending of the military?
It was not
by Nigeria. According to reports, the report says that the government of the nation called for the support.
It is not in support. It is not that thing. We went there to claim we defend democracy. The president, is he practicing democracy? You will defend democracy when the president is actually practicing democracy the way it should be practiced. Then when you go there, you are defending democracy. We didn't go there.
So you also said defending the interests of France. I'd like you to
France was a
share your view on that.
Benin Republic, the former colony of France. Emmanuel Macron did all this. Honestly speaking, it's just to look. Nigeria parades as a regional power, but we are not. We are a regional pawn. So to say, we are not a regional power. We are a regional pawn. If Benin Republic president was actually practicing democracy and we went there with our troops swiftly, then we can say that we are defending democracy. But what are we defending? Go and check the credential of this man they went to defend. Is he democratic? Is he democratic? And we are making a mistake. Let me even tell you something, Ayo. The Western powers will never act in your interest in so many areas. This thing happened in Iraq. When Iraq was having issue with Iran, Saddam Hussein aligned himself with the US, thinking that they will protect him. After they finished with Iran, they turned to Saddam Hussein. What happened? Saddam Hussein died. Look at Libya. Libya, when Muammar Gaddafi was there, Muammar Gaddafi was busy expounding his own ideal of everything. Do you know why the former president of France was put to jail? Sarkozy. He collected money from Muammar Gaddafi to sponsor his own campaign. Now, he was a darling of France. When the chips were down, they kicked him out. They couldn't even defend him. He died. Let's go to Congo. Mobutu Sese Seko was busy defending the mining companies of Western powers in his own country at the detriment of his own people. Even when there were internal upheavals all over the place, he didn't bother. But he was so obsessed with defending the interests of the colonies that are mining in his own country. When the chiefs are down, what happened? Mobutu Seko was kicked out. So Nigeria should be very careful. When we go to defend other countries, when at home, we couldn't scramble our aircraft to save our children that are still in the bush. What message are you passing? That you care more about external, you want to be seen as a regional power when you know you are not. Nigeria is not a regional power. It's regional power. So if you can swiftly scramble jets to proceed to the Republic, why didn't we use the same gallantry, the same effrontery, the same dexterity to scramble jets to go and rescue our children? So which one is more important? The citizens,
the foreign powers,
citizens or the foreign
powers?
That's the problem. You understand? So I hope they will call the attention of the president to these antecedents that I've just mentioned. There are many that time will not permit me to say. Because as a student of political science, you will understand that these people will never act in your own interest. They just want to use you, get what they want. Look at what France has lost in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Chad, in almost all these places. Nigeria is now because. How
do you think that would work for Nigeria?
It can work because the only way things can stabilize in the Benin Republic is if this president Talon becomes a Democrat and loosen up the political space for people to come in. And stop tankering with the constitution of the country to make way for him to stay more years in power. Go and check what he did. Can you call that a Democrat?
All right.
Is it a defense of democracy? It's not, as far as I'm concerned.
Still Perspectives Unlimited this morning, and then we're looking at ECOWAS and, of course, President Bola Tinubu rallying, ECOWAS leaders to come together on, of course, the coup that we've been seeing in recent times in some West African nations. The former president, Goodluck Jonathan, of course, was caught in all of this in Benin Republic at the time, and he tagged this coup a ceremonial coup. Do you want to say something to that before we take a break?
Well, I don't know what he meant by ceremonial coup. Like I said, coup is not an option. You understand? It is not. Soldiers are not wired to govern. That is why we are still having problems. You know, our constitution, they wrote it. They don't have anything to do with writing a constitution for a country. If we are serious about having a nation, I believe in Nigeria so much. I don't want to die Nigeria remaining the way it is, honestly speaking, because it's a beautiful project that God created. In fact, God is a Nigerian. If you have ever traveled across the length and breadth of this country, you will every day you'll be thanking God. Not all these people that are praying, let's have peace. Which peace? When our foundation is based on justice, Ayo, you will have peace.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, right after the break, we're going to look at the big story in the house this morning from Taji Bello. I have never had 5 million naira, says bandit leader Taji Bello. And of course, another big one here on the front page of the Vanguard. Allegation of a terrorist. 2 former governors feeling insecurity. We will speak to that when we come back. Stay with us.
Payment. I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Christ Ambassadors International College is a private, co-educational Christian day and boarding school located at Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. We offer a blend of Nigerian and British curricula designed to nurture global leaders with godly values, with world-class facilities, exciting co-curricular programs, exceptional pastoral care, and outstanding academic results. We ensure your child's dream becomes a reality. Our entrance examination for 2026-2027 academic session will hold on Saturday, 14th February 2026 at 8 a.m. For inquiries, please call 0704 530 8414 or 0814 177 2806 or visit www.christambassadorscollege.com. Christ Ambassadors International College, nurturing global and godly scholars.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on this website: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Are you hungry for something delicious? Food that feels like home, tastes like pure luxury? Then welcome to Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile. From our smoky jollof to rich ofada sauce to a variety of delicious soups like egusi, eforiro, and more, paired with your favorite proteins and hot, freshly made swallows, all made for you to enjoy. We also handle bulk orders in liters, fresh and ready whenever you need it. We deliver it to your doorstep. At Honeydew, it's not just the food, it's the feel. With our beautiful ambience, perfect for your romantic dates, family outings, or your quiet, relaxing evening escape. Join us every last Friday of the month at 7 p.m. for karaoke night with Jayola and enjoy music, games, food, drinks, and free mocktails and cocktails as you sing your hearts out. Visit us at Plot 42, Block 8, Alaafi Avenue, beside Wells Radio, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For your doorstep delivery or inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0814-691-6635, 0814-691-6635. Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile.
Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Welcome back to the program. Perspectives Unlimited continues. Thank you for joining us from everywhere where you're connected to this broadcast. Remember that you can, of course, make use of this platform to advertise your products and services. All you need to do is to come to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate here in Ibadan, and ask for the marketing department. Make your bookings, and you can be very sure to reach your prospective clients and customers using the Wells Radio 89.3 FM platform. You won't regret it. 0916-893-1000, 0915-334-893, and 0911-333-893. Again, the studio lines 0916-893-1000, 0915-334-893, and 0911-333-893. Allegation of a terrorist, 2 former governors fueling insecurity. Notorious bandit leader Bello Tarji has accused two former northern governors of fueling insecurity in the country, especially in the north. He also confirmed participating in a series of peace meetings with the Zamfara state government during the administration of the former governor of the state, but vehemently denied claims that he received 30 million naira or any material inducement to participate in the protest. Effort made to get the reaction of both former governors at press time yesterday proved abortive, as they neither pick up their calls nor returned the calls. Text and WhatsApp messages also sent to their mobile phones got no response. However, several sources close to the former governor insisted that the words of the terrorist should not be believed. According to one of the sources, why would anyone want to place a premium on the words of the terrorist? Is it not clear that the terrorist is just trying to present himself as a victim? It's all lies. Another source close to one of the governors volunteered, I can call or confirm to you that Turji is telling lies. Someone who has serially killed is the one you want to believe. All that he has said is a lie. The Ministry of Justice also spoke here, and the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation also failed to comment on the development. But Turji, in a viral video which surfaced yesterday, accused past political leadership in Zamfara and Sokoto State of laying the foundation for the region's long-running banditry and insecurity. He alleged that former administration armed vigilante groups, popularly known as Yambanga, which he claimed disproportionately targeted Fulani communities and escalated into violence. Chukwemeka, your reaction?
You see, Ayo, this country is a theater. You see, and it's becoming very, very obvious that some of those in the corridors of power know one thing or the other about this problem we are having in our country. Now, look at the statements we are hearing. How do we believe terrorists who have serially killed, and but they forgot that these people that have serially killed are people they are embracing. These people that have serially killed are people they are dialoguing with. These people that they have serially killed are people they are taking selfies with. Now it comes to truth. You don't want us to believe the people again, but you were taking pictures with them because you have a memorandum of understanding. Now, when they are saying the truth, you are telling us not to believe them. Ayo, I believe them.
Who do you believe?
The terrorists.
The terrorists.
They know those who are giving them money. They know, but is the state strong enough to go after these governors? That is my fear. You believe the terrorists, they are not kids. They know those who are coming to the forest to give them money. They know those they have memorandum of understanding with. So why should we not believe them now? Why are you coming right now to tell us we should not believe them? When you have embraced them, you have taken selfies with them, you have dialogue with them, you have done so many things with them in time past when the state was crying. And now they are coming out to tell us that you know about what they are doing, and we say we should not believe them. You are all partners. But my fear is that Nigerian state is weak to go after these people, especially when 2027 is almost an obsession. You understand what I'm saying? So there is no way I will not believe what Tuji Bello is saying. Mm-hmm. Every sensible Nigerian will know that this man is saying exactly what he knows about. And the question is, can we really address terrorism when the rank and file is massively infiltrated? Can we address it? When you don't know who is who. You want to go hunting with somebody and the person is telling you that your leg is looking like that of an animal. Don't you know you are at risk when somebody makes that kind of statement? When those that we have given the job of cleaning the audience table are making conflicting statements here and there, that this not all bandits are criminals. If you are repentant Boko Haram, you can become the president, or you can become anything in Nigeria. Where does it happen all over the world?
Let's look at this part of the story where Taji Bailey, of course, described here as the bandit, specifically named former Sokoto State Governor and his former Zamfara State counterpart for calling for the arrest and investigation over what he described as their role in the crisis. Nigerians have been, calling for the names, especially since the United Arab Emirates published or sent names to Nigerians. And since that year, we have still not seen any name, whether published in any gazette or any daily or anything at the moment. Now, the names of the former Sokoto state governor and the former Zamfara state governor, and trust this state have more than 5 former governors.
Okay.
Who exactly would?
No, is talking in if we'll get the names, and don't forget from what we are getting from the grapevine, America is dilly-dallying in coming here for. You can't share intelligence gathering with a country that you don't trust. You understand what I'm saying? And I learned that America is even asking for one of these people in the so-called security to be given the way out because they don't trust him. So you can't just endanger the lives of your citizens, your soldiers, because you want to help another country that is not serious about addressing the issues on the ground. That's why Obasanjo said that this thing has become an industry. Before we tackle this thing, Ayo, it will take time. People are benefiting from it. Some people will go out of business if terrorism stops. They don't care about the bloodbath. It doesn't concern them. And once they know that the state will not go on after these people because of political considerations, they will keep on doing what they are doing. I pray that our president will get the will to go after these people. If he does that, he has etched his name on the minds of many Nigerians.
Let's open the studio lines again for dear listener at home to join the conversation. 0916 893 1000 and 0915 333 893. Again, 0911 333 893. That's another alternative number to engage the studio with this morning. 0916 893 1000, 0915 333 893, and 0911 333 893. Now, Turji's expose came against the backdrop of the accusation against him by the former peace negotiator Musa Kamarawa, engaged by both the state government to negotiate with bandit leaders as part of the process to facilitate non-kinetic engagement with the armed group. Kamarawa had accused Turji of collecting 30 million naira for his participation in a peace process at the government house in Gusau. But Turji, in a video response, dismissed the allegation as outright falsehood, insisting that although peace talks took place, neither he or any Fulani leader acting on behalf received money or vehicles. By Allah, since I was born, I have never processed even 5 million naira, he said. What I'm doing is not for personal gain. We were never given the 30 million naira you are talking about.
Okay, okay. Can I say something here?
Yes, please.
So you see the transaction. Somebody collected 30 million. The man you are supposed to deliver said he didn't collect it. You see the industry, the back and forth exchange of money in it. That's why this thing will not stop. You understand? Because there's money to be made. Once you come to it, since they know that. Okay.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, Mr. George from Olugweru. Thank you for calling.
Thank you for the work you are doing.
Thank you for calling us too.
Didn't you people tell us that the late former military president Abacha said that if insecurity continues for more than 24 hours, that the government has a hand in it? Who do you want us to believe now? Was he not a president of the country when he said that word? Let them continue killing us and be making blood money for themselves and their children. Thank you.
Thank you,
so, Ayo,
Mr. George.
You can see the volume of money involved, 30 million. And don't forget, he didn't stop there. Look at how much we have spent on insecurity, trillions, and yet we are not secured. Where is this money going to?
Hello, good morning, and thank you for calling.
Thank you. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo.
Thank you, Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. Thank you for calling us.
I have actually seen the video that you are talking about as regards to the 3G.
Hello? Oh, we lost that call. Please do call us back. Abayami Ajani, please call us back.
So you see the money, you see the business angle of this terrorism. It won't stop. As far as the state is weak not to go after these people. Now, we up till now, we don't know the sponsors. UAE gave us name under Buhari. The president, the current president has not deemed it fit to tell Nigerians, these are people troubling your land. Why are they shielding them? Why is it that we can't know these people? Why? Name them and shame them. Let them know that they are the reason why there is bloodbath in Nigeria. Do you think if they name them, that this thing will, that it will not, it will. All these things they're talking about, Tuji Bello and all this, wouldn't even come, because the names mentioned by Tuji Bello will even be among that list. Because they are all partners in business. So, as far as there's money to be made, terrorism will continue.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, once again. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo.
Okay, Abayami Ajani, thank you for calling back.
I have seen the video, and in all seriousness, I have more blame for Bello Turji here. I know through listening to Bello Matawali that he has more questions than answers. He said some time ago that not all bandits are criminals. That's a very reckless statement that should be investigated. From someone could have said that you don't even need much investigation before you nail him. But as regards this particular video, Bello Turji is claiming to be the crusader for Fulani. He said Bello Matawali and Aminu Tambuwal, when they were governors of Zamfara and Sokoto respectively, that they harmed vigilante groups, and those vigilante groups were harming Fulani. They were disturbing Fulani people. So he's doing this now so that they won't cheat Fulani people in the country. That's all nonsense. Look at the profile of most of the people who have kidnapped and killed. They are Fulani. Bello Matawali himself is a Fulani. Yes, the other guy, Tambuwal, is the Hausa guy. But Bello Matawali is Fulani. Bello Turji is Fulani. Most of the victims of what we are talking about are Fulani. What I'm saying here is that let us move from what we can address the matter. We shouldn't be listening to somebody like Bello. The best is to see Bello Turji is in a handcuff before a judge. He is not credible, he's a serial killer, but not just him. I believe that Bello Matawali also has questions to answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Abayami Ajani from Oluyole. And despite all of these claims, let's remember that the Nigerian security agencies have repeatedly identified Bello Turji as one of the most dangerous armed groups, operating in the Northwest, with the military previously declaring him wanted for terror-related activities. His videos are coming on social media, used through the internet service, through a social media platform, yet still wanted for terror-related activities in Nigeria. Are we really ready to fight insecurity?
And still at large.
And still at large. 0916-893-1000. Hello, good morning. Hello,
good morning. Good morning, Chief AY.
Good morning, Benga Mario. Thank you for calling.
Thank you very much. This is Benga Mario calling from Lekki Phase 1, Lagos.
Lekki Phase 1, Lagos. You moved to location, Benga?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm still coming back. I just came on a business.
I understand.
Now, the issue is this. Not until when the federal government is ready to deal decisively with terrorism in the country, that is when I'm going to have a lasting solution. See, Nigerian government has gotten the clue. Even this present administration has gotten the clue more than the previous administrations. But the thing the president is lacking is the will to go after those bandits. That is just what is lacking. Now, look at what Tunji Bello revealed yesterday. He indicted the former governor of Sokoto and Zamfara. And as we speak, what I would have expected to see in the news this morning is to have for the government to have summoned the past governors, because we don't know. The Tunji Bello refused to mention the names of the governors indicted. He just gave their state as Sokoto and Zamfara. But let's wait and see in the coming days. Let's wait and see if the government will be active enough, because this is one of the ways by which they can deep through into who is actually financing those people. And like what Tunji Bello said, he said he has not even collected processed 5 million naira in his lifetime. The guy might be saying the truth, because one thing about terrorists is that If they fear, they are fearless because they believe that they have the power and nobody can capture them, not until when a net come to them. So the guy might be saying the truth. The way is the guy that gave them the 30 million naira. Let government start from there. See, like I said earlier, we can crush this terrorism to the barest minimum, so that if the government can do this for us, I think President Tinubu will be in the good book of Nigerians, because that is the one that put an end to terrorism in Nigeria. And I'm using this medium to pray for Mr. President, that God will give him the power and the ability to sail the ship of this country to our dreamland. And lastly, on the issue of our soldiers that were being held captive back in Benin Republic, or where now?
Burkina
The
Faso.
thing is this, Burkina Faso, we want to know how those soldiers are faring. We want to know their well-being. We want to ensure that they return back safely. We don't want to lose those 11 soldiers. We want the government, the federal government, and ECOWAS to please, as a matter of urgency, to go after those soldiers and rescue them alive, because there are families that are waiting for them back at home. May God spare their lives as they return safely in Jesus' name. Thank you very much, and God bless you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gbenga Mairo. Thank you for calling us on the program this morning. All right, it's a big one. Do you think the government would act on the statement made by Bello Turji, as we get the names? Hello, good morning to you.
I'm very much joining once again.
All right, thank you for calling back.
Bello Turji said he has never handled 5 million before. That's a lie. We have seen instances where they would levy 30, 40, 50 million on communities in Sokoto and Zamfara. Like, if you don't want them to strike you, you must pay XYZ amount of money. Or if you're a farmer, you want to access your farmland, pay this, pay that. I mean, we shouldn't be talking about Bello Turji. Like I said, you need to take the guy to court, and that is where I want to see him. It doesn't strike me as someone that would waste much time on. If we don't see him in a court, maybe his crops will suffice. I'm not interested in really discussing the guy. What I want is that the government should do something. Look at what the Minister of Communications said. They said, oh, these guys are actually using a special technology to bypass. What sort of nonsense is this? You are the Minister of Communications. You are saying terrorists are using special technology to bypass the laid down procedure and protocol. I mean, that is a very reckless statement. If you are the government, you are over and above everything. Find the technology they are using to post these things online, because since they started posting pictures and videos on TikTok, they appear to be getting more people to join them because they are flaunting money. And every Nigerian loves money. So when this guy stack 50 million and begin to show 50 million, I mean, people will say, how can I join these people? That is what we should be talking about. Take Bello Turji, Matawale, all of them, pack all of them. I'm not just interested in endless rhetoric. I want action, not just talk.
Thank you so much, Bayamia Jani, for your. He mentioned something there, and I remember that Mohammed Bello Herufai, the son of Nasir Herufai, now the ADC chieftain, said something a while ago on the floor of the House, where he said these people are coming on social media to parade money, to show money, and he said from the part of the nation where he's from, when they start seeing things like this, the chances are that they want to join them.
That's why they are planting the money.
Because they feel like, oh, this is money.
It's not even because people love money. People are poor. People want to eat. They want a place where 3 square meals will be given to them. It's not because they love money. People are down and out. You understand? So when they flaunt that money, if we are serious about fighting terrorism, can government trace these people? How can they come and displace that kind of money?
Already in a situation where we're having that they have a stronger technology.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Where did they get the money for stronger technology?
They post their images, they post their videos, their IP addresses.
We are not serious.
Independent organization can sort for all of
We are not serious about addressing it. We are not. That's why I am miffed that we can go to Benin Republic swiftly, and yet we are playing kalo with our own children here. So what are we saying? If we are serious, we know where to track these people. Abuse the president now. Say something, they will trace your house. Come to your house and know, ask where. If they don't see you, they pick your wife. Why can't they do that? Why can't they go and pick is it not in Nigeria? Is it a spirit or is it in Jupiter or Mars? We are not serious.
Let's go to Dangote very quickly. We have less than 3 more minutes. Petrol price war turned dirty as Dangote attacked the NMDPRA boss. The president of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, on Sunday alleged that the chief executive of the Nigeria Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority Farouk Hamid paid about $5 million for the secondary school education for his 4 children in Switzerland, calling for full investigation and public explanation. Dangote said Hamid must appear before the Code of Conduct Tribunal to explain to Nigerians how he was allegedly able to raise $5 million for his children's school fees, accusing him of economic sabotage. Correspondent reports that the NMDPRA dismissed a similar allegation when a group protested and alleged in July that Hamid spent over $5.5 million on foreign education of his children, insisting that the amount was grossly inconsistent with the earnings of public official. There's a lot of back and forth going on.
Yes, we are fond of dismissing, just like we have dismissed what Bello Tuji is saying. Now we are dismissing without investigating, without finding out is it true, what really happened before coming to the public domain. Can't you find out whether this thing actually happened? Did the man actually pay the money? Where did he get the money? If when it comes to investigation or probing and just know that it's a bygone thing. Because at the end of the day, nothing will come out of it. Because we are not serious about addressing the fundamental problem of corruption in our country. Fundamental. We are shielding it. We are even pampering it. We are in the period of flamboyant corruption.
Flamboyant corruption.
Yes, they are not even afraid of, because they know that the citizens can't do anything. And that's why I'm telling you, if ECOWAS and AU are serious about democracy in Africa, they should talk to their leaders. Heads of states should meet and tell themselves the truth, that are we really practicing this system of government we imported into Africa? Are we doing it the way it is done outside the shores of Africa? Because these are the things that are fueling military coup d'etat in Africa. If they should call it, not just going to protect them, tell ourselves the truth. We are all presidents. In your country, why are you banning people from contesting? Why are you touching the constitution so that you stay longer years than stipulated in your constitution? Why are you doing this? Let them talk to themselves. Why is it that at the sound of every radio announcement, citizens will come out and jubilate? Because we are not doing the needful. No citizen of any country, Ayo, where people are taken care of, they will even come out and fight the coup plotters. They will come out and defend their president if he's actually doing the right thing. So that is what I expect ECOWAS, presidents, AU, people to come together. Let's have a seminar on democracy. Let us talk to ourselves again. Are we really doing the needful? Are we really practicing democracy? Why is it that there are agitations all over the place? That is what I expect them to do, not to be going to protect as one another when you know it's not doing the right thing.
All right. Thank you so much, Chukwemeka.
Thank you for having me, Ayo.
God bless Nigeria. That's all we can take this morning on the program. We appreciate you and thank you for calling. The conversation continues. If you go through the front pages of the dailies this morning, you're going to find stories and numbers. And so 60 minutes cannot, permit us to look at all of that. But join Agbeya Wiroyin Agbomagbe once it is 8 o'clock on this great radio dial to enjoy and also share your thought in Yoruba. When that show is on, Adidamola Oloyede will be here. And up next is AM Sport with Sam Adelere. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the week. God bless you.
Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.
Not just another radio station.